Okay, okay. Hello, everyone. Stream has started for Wednesday. It is another training day. Another training day. Uh, Forgot to grab something, but that's okay. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Hello, everybody. Uh, I'm back. Everything seems good for my streaming. Okay. Let's just check my audio real quick. Let me reload that. Testing one, two, three. Testing one, two, three. Okay. I just need to face more to my mic, and I'm good. Okay. So today we're going to do more Code Wars, but first I'm just going to do maybe a quick 30 minutes of work on my code. I've been wanting to clean up this code since the latest iteration. I did the feature for the OCR, for optical character recognition software. So, but I kind of did a rush job, and it's been a bit since I coded. So it's not as clean as I would like. So I'm just gonna go and clean it up real quick. I'm gonna make do a quick timer, 30 minutes, and then we'll jump into Code Wars. So yeah, just give me 1 second. Right. So the how do I explain it? So the latest iteration is optical character recognition software, where I have a scanning of the Pokemon game. In this case, it's Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I take a scan, take an image of that screenshot, um, and from there I get the characters, the relevant characters. Yeah, get the relevant characters, name, level, moves, HP for both sides. The problem is for the opponents, they don't show the numbers for the HP, understandably so, because that would be straight up cheating. Uh, yeah. So that's that for that one. But due to the fact that it's been a bit, it's a bit messy. So I'm I'm kind of just stalling for time at the moment. Just oops. Okay. Let me put my phone on silent. Yep. Okay, we're good. Okay. Fantastic. Just gonna get my little clipboard here and got my pencil. Okay. Alrighty. So now we're officially gonna get to business. Now, here we go. It's actually pretty good. I'm going to run this real quick. So Python GUI underscore py. Should be loading. There you go. Took a little bit. Okay. Okay, here's the menu. Time to show it. There you go. Right up to the top. So this is what it is, more or less. This is my code. This is the GUI of my project, and it shows the latest iteration of like the chat with this character, which in this case is bot01. I can change it to like Dark Urge. I got a one for Smash. I got one for Torture with the Gengar, which is for the Tuesday stream. So yeah, I need to add a little bit more features so it's not restricted just to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I might add some toggles or something for it. I'm not exactly sure yet. Uh, yeah, so I might do like it would be for like if it's Pokemon, it would open up a menu for Pokemon, and I can choose the game, and it'll depending on the game, it'll have different coordinates to get the game capture for it or get the relevant data for it. And then I also plan to play a visual novel. What's it called? Doki Doki Literature Club. So I need to get the coordinates for those as well. So the mapping data and all that. Yeah. So that's what that is. Yeah. So that's what that is so far. But it's I think it's pretty good, but it needs some work. So yeah. Chatbot, just get out of here. Get out of you. Okay. So the things that I messed with for my code is my main file, as that's the UI that I use, so I have to put the relevant data there. From there, it has to access a different file which manages all the features for this capturing game state. So this would be... Ooh, maybe I should have called it Game State Manager now that I'm thinking about it. I'll probably do that. I called it Pokey Game State. I'll probably call it Pokemon Game State Manager, and that should do. Yeah, I'll just add manager to the end of it. Makes more sense. Manager. Okay, refactoring, and then add manager over here as well. And then I have to change a few things. Pokegame State Manager. Change that. And I have to update every iteration of this. This one. Okay, we're good there. I got also this one, which is my test for this iteration. So update this one, update that. Just a little bit of refactoring. Yeah. So there's that. There we go. Okay. So when I did my testing, I started with capturing screenshots and stuff, and I just saved that into a file instead of getting live captures all the time, because that's just having my game up all the time just for the live capture didn't seem necessary. I did that for the later tests because I had to make sure it worked in real time and all that, but not for the initial. So this is my testing, and man, it is messy, but it works. And this gets the game state for Pokemon, BDSP, and I'll probably add to it in terms of like managing different games for Pokemon as well. Right now it's just Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. but I may expand it in the future. But this goes into the OBS, goes into regions OCR, and the HP bar reader. Okay. So in this one, I have the coordinates of like the captures and all that. So this is like the pixel coordinate of where I would start, and then this is the height and width, or width and height. I don't remember exactly. Here it is. So X, Y, width and height. So that's what these are. Yeah. And then this is just for a future game. I might do it for Doki Doki Literature Club. So, yeah. And then let me double check for Game State Manager. We'll drag that out. Okay, so right, so okay, so for the manager, it gets the OBS source. Let's open up the OBS source. OBS WebSocket, and that's this one. And from there, I grab a screenshot. So I take a screenshot. And I always do it with this format to make sure it's consistent throughout everything. I can override it in certain cases, but generally, these will be the standards. Okay, from there, and then I save the screenshot. Okay. And then okay. I don't really need to save the screenshot, but I have it saved in my folder just for so I can open it up just so I understand if there's any problems, just for troubleshooting purposes. I could remove it, but I think it's fine to keep it. And then from there, it goes to regions, which is over here. And regions, it goes to decode image bytes. So it goes this one. And then it gets that image data from the screenshot. So it goes directly here. So there's a difference between the file path and the image bytes. So yeah, this one's literally the file path to the image, and this one's like just the image data straight up. So yeah. And then decodes it so it can be more easily processed into the process image function. So that would be this one. I have one for this one. I might remove this. I don't know. I don't see myself using this because that's one of the things. Yeah, I'm not using it. So I'll just delete that. Yeah, I think I made a separate one because I was doing a pattern of doing one for image path, another one for bytes, but processing the image goes for both. Okay. Yeah. Decode image bytes, process the image, and then from there we go to the HP reader, Pokemon HP reader. The purpose of this file is to get the HP bar. Let's see if I can get an HP bar image up on OBS. Oh, sorry about that. I have a T thing that keeps turning on for some reason. Okay. I have the preset region hard-coded in here. I'll probably remove that, but I think this is just the default. Yeah. If I don't give a region initially, it'll just default to this, which isn't the best, but I don't know. Maybe I think I'll just have it for testing purposes, just a reminder of what this is. Yeah, maybe, yeah, I'll do that. Okay, let's get the regions again. I want to actually get a copy of this. Put that in HP part here. There we go. Okay, so for future examples and stuff, I can check that. Yeah. Okay. Estimate by percent. So it's called in the processing image. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I have this little thing over here, so just for troubleshooting when I want to debug the code, it'll go through each image of the region, each image that I want to get crop out and process the OCR for. This will show me each one at a time, and then it won't move on until I X out of it. So this is a good way to debug. At least that's how I'm doing it. Maybe other people do it other ways or better ways. I can absolutely believe it, but this is what I do for now. Yeah. And then I have a thing here to save the cropped region. I don't actively use it, but I just have it there. Just for testing purposes, if I'm and troubleshooting and stuff like that. So that's essentially the HP stuff, and then gets to the end of it. Oh, this is the weird part. Okay. So OCR is regions. Okay. So I got a weird thing going on with these two things right here. So this is, so I get the regions initially, and it's a dictionary, and it's a dictionary of the coordinates for where I want to get access to the information from the program. Not the program, God. From the screenshot. So these are the coordinates, and it's saved there. Each of these regions variables are meant to have the same key. So same opponent name, opponent level, HP, blah 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 blah. It's just the values that are different. The thing is, the text and results should be the same for both, but I just don't. I have to initialize this first properly. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should also like give it this so all the keys are there, even if the values will be overwritten later, with the exception of HP, and that will be handled on another case. Because this is the part that confuses me. That is just I just don't have yet. I have to, in order for me to put in information for this one, because uh, because this file, this process doesn't get HP. It calls another file to do that process because it's completely different to what this does. But I still want it there. I still want it saved. So yeah. Yeah. So get region text. That's what I use to initialize. Yeah. So it's this thing right here. Again, it's key value pair of the region and the information, and I get the results from the process image here. And it gets from the regions. The only thing that it doesn't get. Yeah, so it will try to read the text from the OCR. Yeah. Text. Soft data. Yeah. So it tries to read it, and for the one for the HP bar, it gets nothing because there's no characters on it. So we'll leave that blank. Not sure what to do about that. Because it's I didn't know what to do exactly because it was very specific to the Pokemon genre or Pokemon games. And this file is meant to be like any region, doesn't matter what it is. So it's a bit weird like that. So maybe I should kind of do a little bit of refactoring where I have the game state manager. So yeah. And within the game state manager, that's where I get put the information together. So maybe I don't worry about HP here, and I just worry about HP other places. So, yeah, maybe I can do that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And hopefully it'll still work, because, man, I would hate for it to not work. That would really suck. Okay. Let's do a function for getting the game state. Get score state. Let's add data. Okay. Get game state data. And then, so I'll do a for loop for key value in game state items. Value is not that important, but from there, let's just do pass for now. I want certain things. So it's regions. There we go. What's the regions? Let me help that out. Okay. So I'm gonna want the yeah. So I'm gonna want the keys here, but not the values. But I want the values of something else that I get from regions. Okay. So I can do get region text. Yeah, let's do that. What do I call this? It's incomplete game state data, so I don't know what to call it. I'll call it unfin game state. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Okay. And oh, this is the wrong one. Oops. There we go. Unfin game state. There we go. But it's not going to equal none because it's very important to get that. It's fine for it to crash if that's the case. And then state. And then it will be self.state. Sure, copy. Why not? There we go. There we go. Final game state. Now I'll pass to the key value pairs of essentially this. But I don't really mess with that. So I'm going to need the key, which is this. And okay, so the key is going to be the same for both. The values are going to be different. So final game state, key, if key equals opponent HP. Do that, and I'm just going to call it none for now. It's just going to be a placeholder. I'm going to fill it in later. Actually, no. I'm going to add here HP bar. Yeah. This will be HP bar. Other than that, it's going to be maybe there's a way to do this better. So if it doesn't equal that, it goes into this. And then is okay. Yeah, that's a bit cleaner, I guess. Okay, that should cover most of it. And then from there, I don't have to do any of this stuff. Okay. Okay. So get, which should be set. Set game state. Hmm. Oh, this is good. Okay, so this sets the game state. Regions. I'm so bad at this. And I'm already over time, but that's okay. I'm almost done here. Process the image, get the results. Okay. So that's the unfinished game state. We already have the HP result. Let's call this HP bar status. And with both of those, I have all that I need for this. Actually, now that I think about it, I really won't be able to test this until I open up the game. Well, that sucks. I have to open up Pokemon real quick in order to do that. Okay, hold on. There we go. There's no return. Okay. Oops. Oh, I feel pretty dumb. Sure, whatever. And then from there, what does this get formatted region text? Oh no. Honestly, I was gonna steal it from region text. Honestly, that's fine. This is just gonna format the data, but instead of region text, it's something else. Self, well, self is fine. Let's get states, self.game state. Wouldn't have to fix this. This ain't right. Not sure if that was the best idea. This needs to be fixed. And also the name's not right. What should I call it? What should I call it? I don't know what to call it. That'll do. And then okay. That should do it. We'll have to open up the Pokemon game to do a test for it. But yeah. Alright, gonna have to open up Pokemon for that test. What else? What else? Did I miss anything? I should probably update the regions one since it's not relevant anymore. So. This isn't relevant. So let's just comment that out. I'll do a proper delete later, but I'll just try to comment it out for now. Yeah, it's I got the printing result, which is kind of weird, but I think I like it for testing purposes and troubleshooting. Yeah, this acted weird, so I didn't really like it. How about this one? Okay, this is all used for testing purposes for troubleshooting. I guess I could keep it since this calls it. Okay, I'll just keep it. Whatever. Okay. So I will just do a quick thing of opening up Pokemon real quick so we can test it. Where's my switch? You know, now that I think about it, I don't have any lo-fi going on. I don't care about recording this thing for copyright stuff. Let me open up some lo-fi. I should have thought of it like an hour ago, but better late than never, I suppose. Swapping to a Pokemon game. Lo-fi. What kind of lo-fi do we want to listen to? Usually I go to for something like Zelda or Studio Ghibli. Let's do Expedition 33. I recently started playing that game, so I'm just gonna click on a 2-hour thing for Expedition 33. Why not? Okay. Love. Where's my Pokemon? No. Okay. Gonna load up Pokemon real quick and just try to test the game state stuff. Gonna get into a battle though. Oh, I'm facing the wrong way. Let me face the correct direction. Yeah, face the correct direction now. Okay, we ended here yesterday. So we're just gonna face a wild Pokemon just to do some quick tests. Got into an immediate fight. That's good. Oh, it's Mr. Mime. There. Kind of bulky, I suppose. Something to use and not. Oh, that's a super effective. Why? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's just do Thunderbolt. Right. So this is good. I'm gonna load that more. Okay. So I will now load up the game. Oh, I could have used my CLI. Testing. That's okay, whatever. I didn't need to go into this much effort for testing, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. My mic a bit low. Mic seems fine. I just need to speak more into it. Okay, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here and then go for the game state. Let me actually. Let me bring the chat bot one. Okay. So I'm gonna hit the game state button and it will process. Hey, okay. So it got the Mr. Mime, level 41, looks correct, 59.02%. That looks close enough to 60%. Turtwig, okay. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, it seems to be working. Test good. Okay. Alright, so let's head back to here we go. Okay, now we're back. I'm gonna turn off the switch now. It's not necessary. Turning it off. I'm not even gonna bother saving because that's not relevant anymore. There you go. Okay, now I will move to Code Wars and probably do one or two problems. All right. Oh, I need to face the other direction too. Okay. Gonna turn this on. Alright, now that I've done the Visual Studio Code, I'll move that out. Code goes here. There we go. Got the browser going. And we'll head to practice and find us a problem to do. Let's do by popularity. Language is going to be Python. There we go. Progress. Don't care about that. Kata. Let's do one for 5. Sure, why not? I've completed 5 already. 5 is around where I'm at, which is appropriate. 4 takes a while. And I feel like I haven't done this in a while, even though it's only been... It's only a week break, but I feel like I haven't done it in a while. All right, move this out there. Okay. Pete the Baker. Sure, why not? You know, I saw a little bit of Puss in Boots, and for the most part, I don't really care for the movie, but the character for Death, that wolf guy, seems interesting. So I might want to check it out a little bit more. I don't know if I want to put in the time for a full movie of that, but just something. Maybe just watch the fight scene or something. I don't know. Oh, I'm drinking tea, so let us bring that out. Okay, let's look at this problem. Pete likes to bake some cakes. He has some recipes and ingredients. Unfortunately, he is not good in math. That is loud music. I'm going to lower that. Okay. He's not good in math. Can you help him find out how many cakes he could bake considering his recipes? Write a cake function, which takes the recipe object and the available ingredients, also an object. So recipe and available ingredients, okay. And returns the maximum number of cakes Pete can bake, which is integer. For simplicity, there are no units for the amounts. Example for 1 pound of flour, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Ingredients that are not presented in the objects can be considered 0. Okay. Must return. Okay, so it's 2 dictionaries, so two key value pairs, sets of those. Also, next week, I'm going to try to work on... Actually, yeah. So, before I move forward to this Code War stuff, next week, I'm going to start working on a new project that I think you might be excited for. It might take a few weeks, maybe 2 at most, depending on how much time I can actually sink into it. Because there's 2 projects I want to work on at the moment. One is the one that we can use for channel points and stuff like that, or bits or whatever. Actually, yeah, there's a lot of small ones for bits, but anyway, yeah. So I definitely want to do that, but I also want to try out making a YouTube short or a TikTok or whatever. I've never messed with editing software before, or vertical editing software, so I don't really know what I'm doing there, but I want to give it a shot. I don't expect to upload a lot of it. I just want to feel it out, and then whenever I gain the inspiration, I'll put in a little bit of effort, make a short, keep it, short, and yeah. And hopefully I can get an audience. I know it's just no one's here right now, so, but trying to get comfortable talking. Sometimes I just don't know what to say, don't know what to talk about when there are people here. So, yeah. All right. Back to it. Returns the mention of the cakes. Three apples, 3 flour, 150. Okay. What the fuck was that? What did I just copy? Okay, I felt like I just cheated. That was not meant to be. All right, I'll just make a point of forgetting all that. Okay, so the first one is a recipe. Okay, this is the necessary ingredients to make one. Okay, fantastic. Hmm. Okay. So let's do some type of thing here. Okay. Let's do some type of count. So let's call it count. Let's make that equal to 0. So we want a cake count. And then we're going to do some type of loop. And this loop, we want it to go against the available resources. So compare available resources to let's have it loop on the recipe. Let's loop the recipe. So we're going to go through flour, we're going through sugar, we're going through eggs. But if there's milk, who gives a shit? It's not relevant. Okay. Compare the available resources to recipe. And then from there, we subtract. Resources. From required. And then you break out a loop when an ingredient reaches below 0. Becomes less than or equal to 0. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. I don't think I'm missing anything. Well, I'm always missing something, but I think I'm doing okay. Okay, so let's get to actual coding. For loop. For key and items. No, value. Yeah. And we just did it. In recipe dot items. I think that's what's necessary. Yeah. So from there, we're gonna go and compare. So if it was if the recipe so let's just do it here. Available resources. Just make it easier. Required resources is the value, because we're going off based off recipes. And then available resources will be available dot, nope, not dot, key. There we go. And now we'll get the value for that as well. Okay. So now we're comparing if the, let's see, if the available resources equals or exceeds. So if it's, sorry, my head's not in the right place. I have to make sure I'm doing this right. Required resources. If that's the case, we want to increase the count by 1. Wait, no. We have to make sure everything is needed. Okay, hold on. Okay, we need to do a while loop first. Okay. Damn it. Let's start with a while loop. I knew. For counting. So if it goes through fine. It goes through for loop. That means it meets all the requirements. We're going to see the for loop. Plus 1. So let's make that while loop. Let's call it while true. Then we can just break it out later. All right, I'm changing the. It's a bit too depressing with Claire Obscura, so I need to change it. So, what are the conditions to break out? Pass. Mouse. I don't know how else to call it. I'll call it the cake loop. Cake loop equals false. This is gonna look freaking terrible. And then we break out of this. Break. There we go. And then we break out of that, so we're focusing on the breaking out of the while loop now. So if cake loop equals, well, just if cake loop, it's just a boolean. If cake loop equals true, that means if it goes in here, that means we're gonna break out of it. But if it's not, if it's still false, then we're going to do the cake count. Okay, plus equals 1. All right. So iterate by 1. All right, cool. So we got the breakout. Am I doing this right? So you start with the available ones, and then you available should reduce. I haven't reduced them yet. Okay. This one's going to be available. Minus. Man, I can't do freaking simple math right now. My head is in the goddamn stars. Email key. Now this will update with a reduced one. That should go for each one. And from there, we return the cake count. There we go. Right. If it doesn't in there, so if it doesn't have apples, right. Okay. I can do a try catch situation. So let's say it's if key was in, not in. God, colon, please. Hmm. One. Take this out. This will be else. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I'm pretty sure there are people who could have done this better. How could I have done this better? I don't know. Let me get a notepad out here. So I'll save my answer, and then I'll compare it with the other people. So good, and submit it. There are people who did this with one line. Fuck me. It's just man. What the hell is... What the hell? You get the minimum, okay. Oh, he's just dividing everything. For A in recipe. So that's just the key. And this is a... Oh, it's a list. He makes a list of the recipes. And... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's so smart. Oh, my God. That's so smart. What the fuck? Again, the Wednesday stream shows me that I'm not as big brained as I think, or just, you know, there are people out there that are way smarter than I am. God damn, this is an awesome answer to this. Not exactly readable, but once you think about it, yeah, holy shit. That makes so much sense. And my complicated ass did this whole thing. Okay. All right. Let's head back. All right, let's do one more. I don't feel like doing... We got about 30 minutes left. I'm gonna do something a bit easier. So I'm gonna reduce the difficulty so I can be a bit faster on it. Oh no. Find this one. Sure, whatever. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, starting off, given an array of integers, find the one that appears an odd number of times. Okay, so just an odd number of it. Okay. There will always be one integer that appears an odd number of times. So, given the list of numbers, I should find the unique numbers and then give a count for each number. Okay. What am I thinking? Okay, I'm thinking of a dictionary, and the key will be the unique number. So, that seems okay, but the problem with key is that it's always in string. But Python doesn't really have to worry about data types. Well, actually, no, you do. You do. You have to do like some sort of two string. Yeah, int and string's a little bit different. Huh. I could do two lists and then just match up the index. I don't know. But let's do starting off with finding unique numbers. Always be one. Yeah, okay. So let's do a for loop. Then in sequence. And I'll go through it. And then let's make unique. Any kind of list. I'm going to try dictionary. I really like dictionary, so let's do dictionary. So I'm going to go through that list. And then once I find actually, it'll be easier if it's less. If num not in and no. Okay. So this will add it to the list. Nah. And then unique dot keys. That'll make a list. Okay. Okay. So instead of this, I'm going to have see. And then okay, that will be the key, I guess. And then equals 1, because that's the first count. This is meant to be the first iteration of it. Okay. So this will add all the unique stuff. It'll make a new key, and it'll give it the value 1. Okay, and that's if it's not in the list. Okay. However, if it is in the list, that would be else. Let's just I'm just gonna do this. There we go. Okay, so if it is in the list, then we're going to do this plus equals 1. So that's just an account. Okay. And now we'll go through the whole loop. Okay, from there, I can go through each one individually, but I don't know. Now I have to find the odd integer in the list. For key value equals unique. And then if value percent 2 equals 1, that means if it's an odd number, turn key. I feel dumb. I feel dumb. Okay, so I just checked on something. I don't need to make it a string because it's immutable type, so I don't need to make it a string. So I can just make it none. I will do so. There we go. Oops. I'm making a lot of minor mistakes. Unique's not in row. Why? Shit. Shit. Oh, I forgot items. You fool. I am so confident that there are people who did this much better than I did, but sequence.count. Oh, count! Fuck! Ah, shit! Ah, damn it! Okay, okay. Alright, I think it's about time I end the stream. A bit earlier than I usually would, but, you know, well, it's okay. But it's good being back, you know? I always forget about these little functions, you know? Count, so simple, but I know I always think I have to do it myself. I don't have to rely on a different function, you know? But I should rely on those functions, but sometimes I just don't remember they exist. Count, so simple, so simple. But it made things so much easier, you know? The whole second part of what I did would have been, you know, just whatever. I don't have to worry about the uniqueness because I can just find that number and count it immediately. And I get the count of that. And then I just keep going. And yeah, it's so simple. So simple. Ah, oh, ah. Oh. I feel like a fool. But, you know, that's why I do these things. You know? Help myself see what I don't see before. So, yeah. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's end stream, but no need to... Yeah, I'm not going to bother with rating right now. What is all this? That's cool. Ah, interesting. Okay, I'm just learning things about the stream manager. Anyway, I'm going to stream now, and thank you guys. See you.